everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a haul. This is going to have Ulta products and Walgreens products. I actually went out of town this weekend and it was just my boyfriend and I, and he needed to stop at a Walgreens for contact solution, and I ended up walking out with $60 worth of makeup products. So I went to Ulta on Friday and then I went to Walgreens on Saturday, so I've got a little bit of all kinds of products honestly to haul, and I'm really excited to share this with you, so let's just jump right in. Okay, so we're going to start with the Ulta items. I don't have as much from Ulta to share with you all, but I definitely do have some pretty cool products that I'm excited about. First thing is the NYX Machinist palette here. This is something that NYX recently, like very recently came out with. Like I kid you not, I think within the last month, they came out with these palettes, and I wanted them at first, but they were $25. And so I don't know if this is just like me, but I remember when NYX was a much cheaper brand, and there are some products that NYX has that are still, you know, somewhat less expensive, but I feel like they've really upped their prices within the last few years, and that's, I don't want to say that's like a turn-off, because I know that they have good products, but as a whole, I'm a little bit more picky about the products that I invest my money in, just because I don't want to spend $25 on a makeup palette that I don't know is going to be super good quality. And I feel like the NYX displays and testers, at least at the Ultas that I've been to, are always really like just dug into and crappy quality to the point where you're not able to get a lot of like a really clear picture as to how the product is going to perform and, you know, what the swatches look like. So if I'm going to spend $25 on a product, I want to make sure that it's worth it. I mean, you guys know it took me forever to even think about buying Shape Tape, and then I got it in my Ipsy, but like that's a concealer that I've heard amazing things about, and I still didn't want to spend $27 on it. So this NYX palette I've heard almost nothing about, so I'm like, I definitely don't want to spend $25 on it, but my Ulta is having it half price already. And this is really interesting to me. I was actually just on Reddit and I saw something about the NYX palettes already being 50% off. So I went up to the counter and asked them why this was, because that's really odd. Like I said, these came out limited edition, I think for Halloween, and they're already 50% off. And they said that NYX is already like just trying to essentially get rid of them. So I'm not really sure why that is, but I was a little bit more comfortable just spending, you know, $12.50 on the palette versus the full $25. So this was the only palette that they actually had left. So like I said, this is the Machinist palette, and this is the Steam one specifically. So the packaging itself is pretty sleek. I mean, I've not really had a NYX palette in forever, so I can't really say if it's similar to other palettes that they've got. So you do have a nice size mirror there. It doesn't go all the way back, but it does kind of stand up on its own, and that's always really nice, because if you do like to set your palettes down and do your makeup and look in the mirror and everything, that is super nice. So the shades look like this. I gotta say, I think that they're really pretty shades. Let's just go ahead and swatch them. Y'all know I'm gonna be super excited about this purple. That is, okay, it's pretty. It's not maybe the most pigmented thing in the world, but it's pretty. I think you could really work with it for sure. We've got a nice teal blue, like a corally peachy shade. Let's do one. Let's do the gray. Okay, so there are some quick swatches for you guys. They look nice. The texture of them is maybe a little powdery just on first impressions, but you know, I'm gonna definitely give it a shot. Like I said, I think these colors are very, very pretty, so I'm totally thinking about a review tutorial with this. What are we thinking? But yeah, like I said, that guy was $12.50, and I definitely think that's going to be something that more people are willing to pay, you know. So I at least me, I was very excited to see that, because like I said, I wasn't willing to pay that $25. It is a little bit curious though that so quickly after having released it, they're already half pricing it. So I don't know, just a little odd, just something that kind of stuck out to me. Other products that I got, so I don't know if you guys remember, but I ended up hauling, oh, where is it? Okay, super, I cannot find it. But I don't know if you guys remember, I hauled a Wet n Wild pigment in my birthday haul, and I just kind of was excited to see what it performed like, whether or not it was worth it, and just kind of wanted to test it out. And you all know that I absolutely loved it, so I ended up seeing these at my Ulta, and so I got 4 more. So I got this shade, which is called Dragon's Breath, and it's kind of more of like a rusty type tone. It's showing up a little bit more bronze, but it's definitely got some reddy tones to it. So this is probably the closest to the bronze shade that I had gotten previously. I got this one called Ice Ice Lady, which is just like a white pigment with some bluey, purpley undertones. Actually, oh god, some of these are super similar. Okay, so this is more of like a purpley, this Ice Ice Lady is more of like a purpley blue white, and then this one is called You're My Boo, and this is legitimately like a very straight white shade. And then we've got this one here, it's called Pegasus Flutter, and it's like more of a pinky toned pigment, but I really like these. I've actually already used, what is this one? Is this the Ice Ice? No, this is You're My Boo. And so I've got it open here, but you can see that there's like a little lid on the, like over the sifter, which I think is super, super nice. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can close it. So that way, you know, if you do happen to have this in a makeup bag and you're shuffling around, when you open the lid back up, you're not going to have just pigment flying everywhere, which is honestly something that I hate about loose products, is that if you do happen to move them the wrong way and you open the lid back up, sometimes they just go flying everywhere. And so this is like fantastic design on Wet n Wild's part, in my personal opinion. Additionally, I think that, how much was this? Okay, so the Wet n Wild loose pigments, they're $2.79, but it says they're originally $3.99, but they were 30% off. Another thing that I didn't know. But $2.79 for this much pigment, how much is in here? 0.07 ounces. This amount of pigment will probably last me until I die. Like, honest to goodness, pigments, you use so little of each of them that you end up having it for a really long time, which I think is fantastic. I was actually debating between this type of product versus the Anastasia loose pigments. I don't know if they're pigments or if they're glitters. I really enjoyed Tati's most recent video reviewing them, and I thought that they were really beautiful products, and I wanted to give them a try, but $15 each is, you know, quite a bit. So the fact that I was able to get really all 5 of these, so these 4 plus the other one for that same price, worth it. Worth it. So I saw those and really just picked up all the other shades that I could find. So that's that. Another like glittery product I got, I picked these up from Essence. These are the Metal Shock eyeshadows. I got 2 here because Essence was buy one get one 50% off. So this first one is 1 Second to Mars. I was not able to swatch these in the store or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the other one. So the first one, like I said, is 1 Second to Mars, which is more of like a pinky, corally, peachy shade, and then the second one is called Solar Explosion, and it's more of like a goldeny tone. So this is the Solar Explosion one, and this is the 1 Second to Mars. God, is that really right? Yeah, no, it really is. They're very shimmery. I was very excited to try these. I've never really seen anything about these, so as you can tell, they're pretty pigmented. They do dry down a little bit, but I don't know if you guys remember me talking about, there was a NYX liquid eyeshadow that I had, and it dried down matte almost instantly. I think these are going to be a little bit easier to work with because they are drying down, but not as quickly. So I think you're going to be able to work with them, blend them out a little bit easier than that NYX one. So I'm very excited to test these out, and those are really my first 2 and only 2 Essence products that I've got. So yeah. Last thing that I got is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation, and the shade that I ended up getting is, I want to say it was like F3? F4, okay. And so they, in store, they had F1, F2, F3, F6 as the testers. So I'm like, well, F3 is too light, F6 is way too dark, so I'm like, well, I guess I'm F4 or F5. And I kind of took a gamble with F4. But as you can see here, this is like a huge doe foot applicator, and you're just supposed to put it on your face, dab it in, and yeah, so that's what that's looking like. I have not used it yet. I really am wanting to do like a review on this and a coverage test and all that jazz. I'm thinking that, I'm not even sure that this is the right shade for me though. Really bothered me that F4 and F5 were not on the display for the testers, but alas, here we are. So that's everything I got from Ulta. Now we're moving on to Walgreens. First thing I picked up, because these were buy one get one 50% off, are some makeup wipes. I typically am pretty indifferent about brands of makeup wipes, so these are the Studio 35 Beauty, which is Walgreens store brand, and these are the hydrating facial wipes. So there's 25 in each. I think they were $4.99. Yes, they were $4.99, and the second one being 50% off, I was like, what a bargain. So then I got the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer, and this is the shade Bikini Contest. I have yet to open up any of these products, and I don't think I'm going to much in this video because I'd really like to get some reviews out for you guys, but literally everything except two things, and one thing I thought was on sale and didn't realize it wasn't until after I had paid, but everything except two things was sale price, and I would point out the two things that were not. So this bronzer was on sale. I got another Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipstick because this one was on sale, and this is the shade Nice to Fuchsia. So I got this. Y'all know how much I absolutely love these. I love the formula on these, the staying power, everything about them, so I was definitely excited to see that that was on sale. I got two CoverGirl lipsticks, both of which again were on sale. I have one in the shade 03 Caramel and then one in number 4 Taffy. So this caramel shade is a little bit more of like a nude brown, and then this one is a little bit more of like a Barbie pink. These are the CoverGirl Oh Sugar lipsticks, and super interesting because like this Taffy one has like, you can see it has the Oh Sugar there, and the bottom where it has the shade, like that's what that looks like. This one, I don't know if you guys can see it with the sticker on it, but it's like clearly different packaging, and the shade is a little bit different. But they're the same, you know, lipsticks, and they were on the same display and everything, but it's just interesting to see that the packaging is a little different. But they're very sleek. I have not tried these types of CoverGirl lipsticks before, so I'm very excited to see how they perform. Next couple things I got from Revlon. They are all 3 lip products. One of them was the secret full price item, so I guess we'll start with that. This is the Revlon Color Burst Balm Stain in the shade Adore. I have tried these in the past, and I cannot really recall if I liked them or not. It was years and years ago, so I don't know if the formula's changed or anything like that, but I just wanted to go ahead and give them a shot again, so I got that one, but that's a balm stain. These two are the Revlon Color Burst Matte Balms. So they're, you know, they're meant to be more matte, which is kind of interesting. The distinction here is, I don't know if you guys will be able to see the, oh goodness gracious, the difference between these two, but this one is definitely more shiny packaging, and this one down here, the bottom one, is more matte packaging. So it's kind of nice how they make that distinction in the packaging. But the two shades that I got in the matte balms are 205 Elusive and 220 Showy. So I'm very excited to test these out. I'm absolutely sure that you will have a video about these soon. And the very last products that I got is just because I've heard such great things about it. I've had it in the past. I used up my one in the past. I loved it then, and I needed a new concealer. I am literally on my last leg of my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, and so I wanted to get this. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. It is fantastic for dark circles. And I got the shade 110 Fair slash, it's just fair. Fair slash fair in another language. So yeah, I love this. I, again, tried this years and years ago, but I will definitely have a review on just really some face products like this. Excited to try this. So yeah, that's everything that I purchased. I'd say in total this was probably $100 worth of makeup, so that was, you know, super nice and expensive. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you see anything that you would like me to specifically review, please leave that in the comments below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all of my latest content, and I will see you guys next time.